Howdy folks, it's me, Manic, coming to you from the bunker system. Record day was not good today. At Half Price Books they had the Labor Day holiday sale, 20% off, but they didn't put out any new stuff, you know what I'm saying? So there's only one record there in the regular priced records that I want. It's an Escoville record. It's been there for 5-6 months, a half a year. They want $15 for it. It goes on eBay for about $7. So even at 20% off, I still had to leave it there. Okay, stories today. I'm just having a day that I'm just frustrated. Well, Manic Mark, is it each and every day a matter of frustration for you? Why? Pretty much, okay, but there's more today than normal. And why is that? I'm not gonna go into it because it's a combination of things, and it's not important to go into it. But the point is, I'm stopping to get gas after I went to Goodwill, and they didn't have any records there, which added to my frustration level. And I'm getting gas. I'm in a rusty car. I drive a rusty car. The car screams, I don't have any spare change. But here comes, it's at a truck stop, okay? But it's in like an area where there's a mall and stuff, you know? It's not like sort of stuck out on a freeway interchange in the middle of nowhere. Anyway, I hear this, sir, and I turn around, and here comes this 20-something-year-old girl up to me. And I know what she's going to say. She says nothing else, and I say no. And she looks at me, and she said, you didn't even wait to hear what I was going to ask you. And then she cursed me under her breath because I frustrated her. And she walked away, and I'm putting gas in. And I laughed. I thought, that's funny. So that perked me up a little bit. Anyway, being, you know, I'm cutting on out. Anyway, I'm there getting gas. And this totally wrecked, beat-up pickup truck comes up to me, kind of sideways right behind me, and I hear this, sir, and I'm like, oh, jeez, what's going on here? Are they bumming? I'm like, bumming? I mean, I'm old enough to kind of know what that means. Bumming. I just said, no, I don't even know what the hell. I cut him off. And he goes, oh, but they ask you for something. I said, okay. And so then he drives up, and he's writing down their license plate number, and I realize that it's the truck stop truck. There's a couple of orange flags. It's got the TA on the side, but it's just beat the hell anyway. That was really the only interesting thing that happened while I was out. It's Saturday, and I don't like to go out on Saturday, but I worked, okay? What I did was I routed walls for 2 days this week, meaning they had these wall sections that they use for exhibits, and they got them, and they're not finished, so we had to finish them. So we used routers to round over the edges and put feet on them. So basically you were lifting. I'm going to cut this part out because I have to kind of figure out in my head, and it's awfully hard to do. It frustrates me to do math in my head. Oh, the other thing. Anyway, it's like lifting weights all day long. You're lifting weights, you're flipping, and you're and you're flipping. It was hard. And then, oh, I gotta say, there's 100 of these walls, 4 by 10 foot by 135 pound walls that we've been lifting for 2 days, 3 days. The routing for 2 days. Got them all stretched out in this giant room, all stretched out, ready to put cam locks in them next. We're trying to figure out how to do that, not having any success. When it comes down from above that, hey, you need to move your 100 walls out of that room because a presidential candidate, I'm not going to say who because you're all just like, well, yeah, well, that figures, or, you know, something else. Anyway, they're coming in, they're going to use the room, and nobody, right, they don't make these things up in advance, so you have no idea. So we had to move our 100 walls downhill, which means they got to come uphill this coming week, but I'm not going to do that part because they said, don't come back. No, that was before. Then they said, come back, and then they said, don't come back. Anyway, I'm cutting that out because I'm running this whole thing up. Oh, so the thought for today was having a conversation about spirituality over the past couple of days. My contention is that no matter, you can figure anything out based on, that you want to figure out in life based on survival. the animal instinct for survival that's in all animals, including humans, and what humans do. And I think it's all based on, at the core, each and every one of us are survival instincts. And I'm not going to get into the minutia of this or that, and don't you do. But there's the concept of mankind banding together behind spirituality that goes beyond just whatever the spirituality that you have inside of you, which I still think is a construct based on an instinctual construct that we've constructed as a part of evolution and our survival of as animals. But it got me to thinking that, so there's a division there, and I don't think we really understand it anyway. So anyway, but it got me to thinking about spirituality, and spirituality may be a communication medium between people that it's as groups. Religious groups mostly spirituality is a communication agent rather than an actual physical thing. So it's a construct that we use to communicate with one another when we're not exactly sure what it is, which is most of the time, why we're here, what we're doing, how we can get along with each other. We kind of go there because it's something that we feel or we wish was there, or we think we know is there, and we use it as a medium, urethral medium, to communicate with one another. Now let's go right to the Budget Rumba record, right here, Budget Rumba on Palace, Rhythm and Dances. Cheap cover, cheap music. I had to pick it up. I got these for 33 cents. The word that I can't pronounce, one of the many instrumentals, Con Luis Perez, Ye Su Orchestra. I've got one of his albums. That would be so funny. I know this didn't come, maybe I bought this twice. I got rid of it once, but I would have never taken it to half-price books. I would have taken it to my other record store where somebody will come in and pick it up. It's kind of a favorite thing. Oddball Records. When I go to half-price books, I take just the dregs, the absolute dregs of what I don't like out of my collection. And that doesn't mean that somebody else won't appreciate it. Long Hair Goes Cha-Cha. Long Hair Goes Cha-Cha. That's just a wonderful cover. It's on Westminster, and I really don't know. Ralph Font. It's Ralph Font. Well, it says right on the front. Look at the front. This gives me a chance to try something. I thought I just had a spray bottle of WD-40, but I don't know where it is, so I had to get out the whole damn gallon of it to do this experiment. So you put a little WD-40 on a rag. In this case, it's an old Hawaiian shirt that I won't be using anymore. Damn, now I got some on my hands. I don't like that. And this Long Hair album, see, it's got a gummy price sticker thing. Can you see that? On the Cha-Cha, right there, the Cha-Cha little gummy. So you take a little WD-40, you put it on your vintage Hawaiian shirt. Just do this on glossy record covers. If it's a matte cover stock paper or something else, don't do that. But if you hate that little, and this is old. This is an old area with the stickers on it. Was old, so it's all kind of crusty and it would be a hard thing to get off. But I'm going to show you that that WD-40 on a vintage. It's not a vintage Hawaiian shirt. I don't want anybody to freak out about that. It's just a crappy Hawaiian shirt. The pattern was printed wrong in it. Anyway, there you go. See, that gummy stuff came right off, right there. It's so much cooler now. Brand new, fresh, minty. It's more minty fresh now than it was. Cuban Moonlight, Stanley Black, Cuban Moonlight. That's an interesting cover. Latin American Rhythms. Some of his earlier stuff. Don't know if it'll be any good though. I bought this because it's kind of a nice cover, even though it's sort of the album is not the best condition for a cover. It's kind of a Bad Habits cover. I don't know why is she looking into his drink like that? I really don't understand that. 1956, Al Nevin's Escapade in Sound. Just a fun cover. Rhapsodia, Bobby Corral. This is a bilingual. The best way to deal with the panhandler is just to say no before they say anything, because it frustrates them. That's fun. Next is to come up with your own story. My favorite thing to do is I go, oh my God. When they ask me for something, I say, oh my God, I just lost my job and I don't know how I'm going to take care of my 3 babies. I'm getting a little bit too old for that story, but I used to tell that story. And one time the panhandler gave me a quarter. He felt so sorry for me. But you know, and then there was one time I was following my wife through a neighborhood at night that we shouldn't have been in. She decides to get gas at this gas station that has bulletproof glass with the little slip-through thing. And while I'm sitting there waiting for her to get gas, this guy comes up, and it's dark, and it's in a bad neighborhood, and he says, "Sir, don't shoot me." That's how he opened his panhandling thing. Then he went into how his wife is going to have surgery the next day to transplant a liver, and he needs some money to buy gas to get to where she's having the surgery. I swear to God. I just wanted to shoot him, but I didn't, because I respected his initial request not to be shot, so I didn't shoot him. But I said no.